Hello, welcome back for another workout. Today is a quick postnatal friendly core workout. We're going to get through this nice and speedy while the baby sleeps upstairs. So without further ado, let's get into it. I've got all of my springs on my machine, so you just want that carriage nice and anchored. It's not going to go anywhere. You've got that headrest down nice and flat, and if you've got one, you're going to grab your squishy inflatable chi ball. If you don't have a ball, you can grab your Pilates ring, just something that you can squeeze between your thighs. If you don't have either of those, don't worry, you're still going to come along. So take a lie down on your machine, your head is on your headrest, your shoulders against those shoulder blocks or maybe just a little inch away from them. You're going to bring your heels about hip distance apart on your carriage, so hips, knees, heels all in a long straight line, and you're going to bring your ball in between your thighs, so give that ball a nice big squeeze between your knees. Your hands are going to come down to rest on that carriage beside you. You've got a little gap underneath your lower back, so neutral spine. Take a big shoulder roll, so make sure your shoulder blades are pinned back and down onto your carriage underneath you. Take a nice deep inhale breath. As you exhale, can you flatten your lower back into that carriage? Start to lift your hips. So your lower back, your middle back, then your upper back rolls off that carriage. And then inhale breath to return your spine back down to your carriage, vertebra by vertebra. So really think about articulating, oh hello Ralph, through the spine. So exhale, flatten that lower back, lift the tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. And then inhale, each vertebra returns down to that carriage one by one. Nice. Exhale to lift. And inhale to return. If you'd like a little bit more work for that balance, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And think about those hips coming up evenly. So we don't want to wobble through the movement. We want both hips to lift up at the same time. Let's add on a little bit here. So the next time that you lift your hips all the way up to the top, can we hold at the top for an inhale breath? As you exhale, can you squeeze the ball? Inhale, release that squeeze. Go again. Exhale, squeeze the ball. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze the ball. Hold that squeeze. As you inhale, return your hips all the way down to that carriage. You can you can release that squeeze, on the ball at the bottom. Going again. Exhale, flatten the lower back, peel the tailbone up. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to release the squeeze 2 more times. Exhale, squeeze. Keep the hips lifted. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Hold the squeeze as you inhale. Bring those hips all the way down to the bottom and then release the squeeze at the bottom. Exhale to roll up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. 2 more squeezes. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, squeeze, hold. And then inhale all the way down. Can you give me 2 more just like that? Rolling up, 3 squeezes. If you're starting to feel this in your lower back, can you think about turning your core on? So zipping up from your pelvis all the way to the bottom of your rib cage. Nice. Now let's come up to the top one last time. Hold at the top this time and you're just going to give me that squeeze on the ball. So exhale to squeeze as hard as you can. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Keep going like that. Can you turn your core on if you haven't already or if you've lost that connection? So pull your belly button in towards your spine. Squeeze the glutes to get those hips a little higher. Ooh, inner thighs starting to burn. Last 2. Hold that last squeeze. Hips are still lifted. Inhale, lower an inch. Exhale, lift an inch. You've still got that squeeze on the ball. Inhale, lower.
Exhale, lift, little pulses. Inner thighs are burning, glutes are hurting, quads are on as well. Make sure you're pulling up from those hips, pulling up from that belly button. Can you squeeze that ball anymore? Last 4. Woo, last 3. Use that breath. Last 2. Last 1. Keep squeezing that ball as you bring your spine all the way slowly down to that carriage. And then you can finally release that squeeze on your ball at the bottom. You did it. First exercise done and dusted. Let's move on. So you can come to a seat. Place that ball back in your well or just out of the way. We're going to come into a little bit of a dead bug movement. So I want you to leave one heavy spring on your carriage. One heavy spring. So for you that might be one red spring, one heavy spring, everything else off. You can come to take a lie back down on your carriage once you've switched those springs over. Head back on your headrest, and definitely give yourself a little bit of clearance for this one from those shoulder blocks. Feet are to that foot bar as we get set up. Reach behind you for your short loops. Take a short loop in each hand and then reach your fingers to the ceiling, palms face towards that foot bar. Zip up your core, so again, think about zipping up from your pelvis to the bottom of your rib cage, and then one by one, can you float those knees to tabletop, knees together. Just your left hand is going to open out towards the left side of the room, and then can you bring that arm through center. Inhale, other side, right arm extends out towards the right side of the room. And then exhale back through center. Can you add in the alternating opposite leg? So inhale, left arm opens, right leg extends out long to the foot bar, and then exhale, draw it through center. Inhale, right arm, left leg, get that brain working as well, and exhale through center. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale through center, keep that core switched on. Inhale, right arm, left leg. And exhale through center. So keep working through this. I want you to think about those hands staying above the line of your shoulders. So take a little check for me now. Those straps haven't pulled your hands back towards the back of the machine. If it gets a little heavy for those arms, your large loops are there for you. So large loops are friendlier, or feel free to ditch those straps altogether. Nice. Give me 2 more on each side. Each time you extend, I want you to think about your shoulders and your hips staying evenly weighted on that carriage. So really working that deep core to keep that spine nice and stable. This is your last one. Find your start position. So fingers are reaching towards the ceiling. Just reset those hands, make sure they're above the line of your shoulders. Those knees are above the line of your hips so they haven't crept towards your face. Exhale, can you sweep both hands down towards your hips? Reach those fingers for the foot bar and hold. We've just got our leg extensions here, so right leg extends, and then left leg extends. Right leg extends, and left leg extends. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 for your finisher is to just go for a hold, both legs extended out towards that foot bar. Whatever you choose, you're here for a count of 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and draw your knees in. Return those arms all the way in on 1. Feet to the foot bar, large loops to your post. Hug those knees into your chest and take a gentle little rock from side to side, massage out that lower back. Go for a quick little twist here. Heels to the corners of your foot bar, hands to your shoulder blocks. Knees are going to lower down, windshield wiper over to the left, As you turn your neck, your head to look to the right side of the room. Inhale through center, go for the other side, knees to the right, looking over to the left. And then inhale through center, nice work. Sit on up. We're gonna come into a modified bird dog. Would it be a postnatal core set without a little bit of bird dog work? So pop one light spring on your machine. One light spring, take the heavy spring off. I want you to come off your machine to the right. So you're standing with your machine in front of you. Your foot bar should be on your right side and your shoulder blocks, the back of the machine, should be on your left. From here, come to take a 4-point kneel on your carriage, nice and close towards those shoulder blocks. So your left knee should be up against that shoulder block, obviously on your left-hand side, and your fingertips can waterfall off the front edge of that machine. You're going to take your right hand, so the hand closest to the foot bar, and you're going to reach that right hand behind your left wrist in front of your left knee and reach for the strap furthest away from you, so closest towards your knees. Square off those shoulders, square off those hips, spread your shoulder blades wide, tuck that tailbone. On your exhale, can you draw the sword so elbow extends out towards your foot bar, and then can you extend that arm all the way out towards your foot bar? As you inhale, bend that forearm in first, and then return that strap all the way to the start position. Maybe let that strap pull your right shoulder into just a slight little twist here. Exhale, elbow to the foot bar, extend that arm long. And then inhale to return. Maybe enjoy that little twist. Exhale to extend. And inhale to return. Now you're welcome to stay here. Even this is a little bit of balance work, so it's really going to work that deep core, those muscles that support your spine, your posture. But if you are feeling good, we can add on that full little bird dog challenge. So maybe the next time we extend that right arm long, hold here. Can you start to hover your left knee, send your left leg long back behind you, find a moment of stillness before that left knee taps down and that right arm returns in for that to that start position. So exhale, extend, take your time here, focus on control, hover that left knee. Maybe you just get to a hover, maybe you get to extend that left leg all the way to the side of the room. Left leg down, right arm returns. Just 3 more here. Exhale, right arm extends. Ooh, extend that leg. Good. Knee down, arm down. 2 more. Shoulder is working. Large loop is going to be friendlier here if you need it. Onto your second to last one. Little moment of stillness. Ooh. And then of course we're going to hold that last one. So we're going to extend that arm out. Maybe this is you just to hold. Maybe you hover the knee. Maybe you get that leg all the way behind you. You're here for 6. Keep that carriage nice and still for 5. Pull that belly button up towards your spine. Last 3. Keep breathing. Last 2. Knee comes down. Arm comes all the way down on 1. So good. Well done. Ooh. Roll out those wrists. And then let's go for a little cat-cow. So hands back down to the side of that carriage. Find your 4-point kneel. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, dome through the upper back, gazing down towards your knees. Inhale, drop the belly. Up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, chin to chest, gazing down towards those knees. Give me a couple more in your own time. So a lot of these core exercises, you might not get that burning sensation that you might be used to with your crunches, your planks. But that's because we're working a different set of your abdominal muscles. Again, those deeper core muscles that support your spine, support your posture. So just because it doesn't burn as much through the core does not mean that you are not working hard. Lovely job. All right, shall we do the other side? Get it out of the way. So you're obviously going to stay on the same spring. Come round to the other side of your carriage. So this time your carriage is in front of you. You've got your shoulder blocks, the end of the carriage on your right, and your footbar is to your left. Come to kneel on your carriage, right knee up against that shoulder block. Left hand is going to reach behind your right wrist for that short loop furthest away from you. Square off those shoulders and then start with just that draw the sword. So exhale, elbow extends. Extend that arm all the way out. Inhale, bend the elbow. Return back to the start position. Take a slight little twist here. Drop that left shoulder. Exhale, elbow to footbar. Extend that left arm if you can. And inhale to extend. Return. So remember your large loop is your friendlier option here. One more just like this. And then maybe on our next one, we see if we can go into that full bird dog. So right leg this time is going to extend. So find your draw the sword. Keep that left arm long. Hover that right knee. If it feels good, extend that right leg back. Find a little moment of stillness. Right arm down. Right knee down. And then that left arm extends. Returns all the way back down. Exhale, left arm extends. Right leg long, belly button to spine. Right knee down and left arm returns. Can you give me 4? Left arm long, right leg hovers. Little moment of stillness before everything returns back down to that start position. 3 more in your own time. Ooh. Come back to that feeling of zipping up your core. So zipping up from pelvis to rib cage. 2 more. And then we've just got that hold to go. So the next time that left arm extends, hold it long. Maybe this is you. Maybe you hover that right knee. Maybe you extend that right leg long. Here for 5. Here for 4. Keep breathing for 3. For 2. And knee down, strap down. All the way down on 1. Ooh, that is a shoulder burn as well. Well done. I don't want to speak too soon, but baby I think is still asleep. So let's do one more exercise. We'll finish off with a wheelbarrow. So we'll go for 1 medium spring here, 1 medium spring on your machine. Quick little roll out of those wrists. Nearly there, just got 1 more exercise on those wrists to go. And then you're going to come to take a kneeling position on your carriage facing the footbar. Your feet can come up against your shoulder blocks and your hands can come down to your footbar in front of you. You're going to find a half plank position. So your shoulders over your wrists, lower your hips down so that you are in one long nice straight line from your head to your shoulders, to your hips, to your knees. To find that nice long straight line, you've probably got a little gap between the carriage and the stopper. Zip up that core, tuck that tailbone. On your inhale, can you hinge from your shoulders, slide that carriage out, maintaining that nice long straight line from your head to your knees. Exhale, push through your palms to bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Inhale, slide that carriage out. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. So you're actively tucking your tailbone under for each movement or for each rep.
Keep your neck nice and long, so your chin off your chest. Just finding that point where you feel that core switch on, maybe a little pause in that end range before you bring it back in. Nice job. So a little challenge here. Let's make this a little circle. So the next time you're in your start position, that half plank, shoulders over wrists, can you inhale, bend the elbows, lower your chest down towards that footbar hold. Keeping your shoulders at the same height, can you extend your arms out long to find your wheelbarrow, and then exhale to pull your shoulders over your wrists. We go again. Inhale, find your chest press. Slide that carriage out to find your wheelbarrow. And then exhale, come all the way up to that start position. Inhale, push up. Slide that carriage out. And then exhale all the way up. So moving in a circle. Push up. Straighten the arms all the way to the top. Bend the elbows. Straighten the arms all the way to the top. Keep moving like this for a count of 10. This is your last exercise. Are you still tucking that tailbone? Nice job. Here for a count of 6. Good job. You've got time for one more rep. And then we'll go for a hold out in our start position. We'll go for a hold in our end range. Words aren't wording today. If you didn't want to do the hold, you can just keep working through your wheelbarrow circles. But if you're feeling up for that hold, the next time that you find that wheelbarrow end range, I want you to hold here. Lengthen out the neck, pull your shoulders away from your ears, tuck that tailbone a little tighter. You're here for 5. If you can, start to pulse that carriage out and out. Last 4, last 3, last 2, and then pull that carriage all the way in, shoulders over your wrists on 1. Nice job. You can bring your bum down to your heels, your knees nice and wide. Slide that carriage out and away. Roll your wrists one by one. Maybe take your right hand off that foot bar. Reach it under your body towards the left side of the room to take a stretch. Relax your right shoulder your right shoulder down on your carriage. Inhale through center, other side. Left hand reaches for the right side of the room. Left shoulder relaxing down on that carriage. And then inhale through center. One last time, take a child's pose, maybe coming up to puppy if you'd like something a little bit deeper through the shoulders. So hips over knees, melt your chest down towards that spring. And then nice and slowly coming all the way up. Nice job, well done. Made it to the end. I hope that felt good. Hope you got a little bit of a workout. Hope the baby is still asleep. And I'll see you in the next class. Good job.